So there's multiple new heroes in the making that we can find in the game files, including voice lines. I will cover all of them, so if you want to know about other new heroes than just the Puppet Master, stick around. But let's start off with the one that's most likely going to be the next new hero, the Puppet Master. Redditor Unnamed User posted a data mine with ability and talents for possible new heroes. And as you can see, the Puppet Master has all sorts of things relating to taking control of and using others to fight for them. There's also a lot of unused voice lines from new heroes and cosmetic voice packs that also talk about something similar, so let's hear all of the ones that are related to the Puppet Master.
Get out of my head! No one controls a god while I'm around! Not even the fates control me! You should have made me kill myself, because that was your only chance! I can't hear you! Wait, I don't see any strings.
That's for taking advantage of Mortimer.
Who doesn't like a little bit of control?
And before I tease you any longer, I think I know who the Puppet Master is. I knew I had heard or read it somewhere, and I was right. Yup, it's an Essex. When you go to the rulebook to look at her abilities, it says right there, a demonic Puppet Master. Now, I know, this isn't 100% a confirmation, there could be 2 characters in the Dota universe known as the Puppet Masters, but I'm willing to bet a whole $1 that it's her. I have a video about an Essex in the top right corner if you want to know all the deets, but basically, she's an earthbound demon that is trying to take over Whitespire and eventually take over the world and even all the planes. Her powers lie in knowing everyone's deepest, darkest secrets and making others fight for her while she stays back and heals them. The only problem with this theory, that an Essex is the Puppet Master though, is that there's another new potential hero called just Vampire. Vampire has Enthrall, which is literally what an Essex also does. But then again, the vampire also seems to be able to fly, something an Essex can't do as far as I'm aware. She is also earthbound, whatever that means. Could be either she can't go back to hell, or that she can't fly anymore. We don't know anything else about this vampire character. But there is a much more interesting new character called Valkyrie. A Valkyrie is in Norse mythology Odin's maiden warriors who go to pick up brave Vikings who died in battle to take them to Valhalla, the heaven of Norse mythology. There they go to eat and drink mead and fight till the end of time. There is a theory that this might be Mars's love interest, which would be really cool, but I personally think it's Imperia from Artifact. Valkyries are often depicted as women with wings, and this is what Imperia looks like. I'm not 100% sure because I think Imperia might be Vengeful Spirit's sister, and then she would be a Skywrath, not a Norse myth unit, so I don't know. But we might know that it's a hero with wings, cause birds have hollow bones, and Wraith King says this in an unused voice line.
Hollow bones? Why, I'd kill you again, if you weren't already dead.
Speaking of Mars's lover, there is a lot of unused voice lines about it. Listen to these.
Together again. This time will be different, I promise. Where does the time go, my dear? You've been away too long. I cannot see your wounds for the tears in my eyes.
It's so nice to see young love.
You've got questionable taste, but I guess that doesn't matter now. Aren't we precious? Ugh.
Ditch that other loser and take a walk on the dead side.
It could be because Mars and his special someone has such a strong love that it's what everyone talks about when around this new hero, or that the hero itself is 2 people, a couple, and has nothing to do with Mars and his romance. Next on the Datamon list is the Bruiser. I first thought this would be some sort of ogre, potentially Keith the Bold from Artifact, but it seems like it's some biker type beat based on the ability names. I can't find any voice lines that match it. The same goes for Corpse Mother, Grendel, Peddler, and Hoplite. Although Hoplite I know is some kind of Greek infantry, or at least it is in Asian mythology, so maybe this is Mars's lover, a female Greek warrior? Or male, I don't judge. Next is Mouse and or Rat King. I personally think they're the same, and I think I know who it is. The abilities are literally the same as Enno from Underlords. He's a little rat jumping around shooting poison and causing chaos and confusion, trying to protect animals and nature. I have a video about him too in the top right if you want to know more about his deeds. Here's some unused voice lines that seems to be about him.
Quiet as a dead mouse.
In my storybooks, all the forest creatures died.
Your tiny carcass was almost a waste of my pie.
I'll recall you as a minor inconvenience, which is one step up from a pest.
Then there's Primal Beast. I have an idea who this could be, and there's quite a lot of voice lines that might paint a picture.
Do you understand language, beastie? You can chew on whatever I leave in my wake.
Got no use for a varmint what can't be trained. I suppose you and Mortimer can play together.
Mindless is useless in my book.
Inarticulate and savage. A fitting way for you to die.
Maybe this is why Anti-Mage doesn't like pets. So I had an idea for, like, an obstacle course, where the obstacles try to kill you.
Too ruled by fear and emotion to choose the winning side.
I've heard talking slowly helps soothe beasts.
My guess is it's some sort of big, dog-like kind of beast. Maybe, just maybe, oath-bound Rix. Rix is a Vul, a dog-like kind of people, and after suffering a great defeat, he had to take the oath, selling his soul to Shadowfiend for power. Maybe this turned him into a savage beast, the one people talk about in voice lines. Then there's the Sea Mystic, which seems like some sort of Maranth type of hero. No idea other than that. Then there's a fairy, a fighter monk, a squirrel, a viking, a toad, Zephyrus, and an engineer. All of them kind of vague and little connections to elsewhere, except the fairy and engineer. The fairy is probably Hubgin from Underlords, the pyromaniac who's in love with Dark Willow. But what's really interesting is the engineer. Listen to these.
Guess your metal don't match your steel. Where's those blueprints? So, have you thought about adding some black powder to every design?
Care to invent a way out of this one?
The simple tools are the best tools, especially when sharpened.
And I think this might be Mazi, the new Keenan artifact. Like most Keen, he is universally hated, and also like most Keen, he is incredibly brilliant. For more deets about him and the Keen, check the top right corner. Lastly, there's one more hero that has voice lines directed to it that doesn't really fit into any of these. Wei is talking to some kind of kid.
Well, killing that kid was a lot less emotionally stressful than I thought it would be. It's past your bedtime, kid. This is like some twisted children's story. Alright, kid. If you ask nicely, I'll let you be my ward. Stick with me, kid. I won't let them hurt you.
Before we end, in case you want to do some theory crafting of your own, I highly advise checking out Drew Wolf's artwork. He is a former Valve artist, and a lot of his unused work has later been repurposed as heroes or other characters in the Dota universe. Thanks for watching, and peace.